I am Sharl Henry, otherwise known as King Shaladan, the King, and this is a story about how my first love became my side chick and then my wife.
Two friends from an island in the Caribbean set out on a journey to find inspiring stories told by the persons who live them.
So with a camera bag and an open mind, you learn that the best part of life is not the destination, but
The journey.
I understand love, but this love was so different. I couldn't explain it and I couldn't do without it, and it kind of put a different dimension to what love is. I love mommy, I love daddy, I love my family, but this love was special. This love was a love for eternity. I couldn't escape it. Homework, nothing could distract me from this love. Playing games, video games, playing football, riding bicycle, nothing could distract me from this love. I saw my neighbor playing around and he was creating a lot of music with this thing, and it was recorded into the system, and there was limitless potential or limitless you could create anything basically. I had a weird Yamaha keyboard at home, but I couldn't record anything, and I had a lot of ideas and I used to hum a lot of ideas, and this software created a new avenue for me to do music. I had no great plan regarding creating songs and recording people and anything like that. I was just enjoying it as a toy. But I know that I love this. I knew that I love this thing. Mommy, daddy, they didn't really take it serious. It's just a child playing around. But I've never left, or I never sidetracked, or I never neglected this thing called music. Throughout my life, it has always been around. However, parents, they have their own. Parents have their own wanting for me to pursue something different, or pursue something that would be successful in their mind. In this case, because of my technical mind and my problem solving mind, it was something geared towards engineering and technical drawing and all of these things. I liked it, but I didn't love it like music. So I was always doing music and I was always making noise in the house. I'm grateful for the idea that mommy never at once tell me, shut up and tap your eyes, or turn down the music. I appreciate her for that, but at the same time, it wasn't really encouraged. She was very indifferent towards it. Nonetheless, I still did music. Career day, there were a lot of options on the table. Doctor, teacher, engineer, so on and so forth. There was nothing regarding music. And I was always told that, oh, you can do music on the side. So that comforted me in some way. Oh, I can always do music. So despite whatever I do, I still have music around. So it's okay, I can do anything at all. I chose engineering. I didn't do engineering in high school. Most of the time spent in high school was running about with my artist friends and recording songs in classrooms. Sculling engineering class, running about, creating a Mac, releasing diss tracks and all these things, learning the software, how to do all kind of tricks and compete with the Vibes Cartel and the Idone and the Movado at the time, thinking that, oh, we're good enough to be like them. It wasn't engineering. I failed high school. I failed high school because of this. Most of my time was spent wasting time on music. After high school, I had to redo a couple subjects just to get back into the whole school system. And during that period, I felt guilty. I felt Like I understood what mom and dad was talking about regarding music not make money. You know, everybody are artists and you go stay like the rest of the cruft them on the roadside. They'll call themselves artists if you don't take yourself seriously. I think I could understand and relate to them at that point in time, because these were my friends. I was surrounded by a lot of delinquents, these artists all around the community, because I was creating a lot of music and I associated myself with them. But I didn't feel comfortable in the situation that I was in. And I wanted more. I wanted more for myself. Despite loving music, I think that music couldn't provide what I needed financially. And I wanted to be comfortable. I wanted to have convenience and all of that, like everybody else. And school was that option. School provided that opportunity. I studied for a couple months, did the exam, passed the exam, and the next step was community college. Mommy didn't want community college because community college was filled with the same friends and the same bad company and so forth. So she decided to put me in a crash program in Kingston at UTech. I was being accommodated by family, so I was disciplined enough to focus on school and not waste time. However, I remember having this conversation with a family member about what's my passion. And I explained it to them. I explained to them that it was music. And they encouraged me to keep on doing music despite the situation I'm in and the whole idea of being financially secure and music not being able to provide all of the needs that are necessary for survival in this world. So while I was with my family members doing school, and I was, as I said, I was disciplined enough to focus on school, but there was something missing in my life. I lost that drive for music and all of that, and I felt miserable. I felt so miserable. They told me that I could do music on the side, but school, university life wasn't allowing that. And during university, the activity in music kind of dwindled a lot. And I felt depressed. I felt like I was cheating myself. I felt I was doing disservice to my calling. I still pushed through school. I was working at the time also, so that compounded the whole idea, compounded the situation where the stress and all of that and not being able to do music. And I think it was at final year, I was doing so well, I said that I started questioning myself. Do I really want to do this? Am I just doing this for financial security and comfort and just a smooth course through life? Is that the only reason? And if that's the reason, is it enough? Is it worth the stress? Is it worth all of this questioning and is it worth it? I started to answer that question when I started making money while working. I always wanted a PlayStation 3. But I didn't want it more than how much I wanted music. So every money I get from here and there, rather than buying the PlayStation 3 or the things that I wanted and seemed fun, I focus on what I really love. And then the stress kind of went down a little by little. The work and the load and all of that was constant throughout. But the stress went down the more I started focusing on music. And then I realized that I'm doing the right thing. At this point in time, I realized that yes, I'm doing the right thing. I finished school and I started to work. The same place I was working at school was a bank. Right? I was doing engineering in school, but I was working at HR in a bank. I was doing music and they were supportive of my music career and so forth. So it felt comfortable working at this bank, this special bank. However, my degree was in engineering and I still wanted that financial security and all of that. So I quit the job at the bank and decided to pursue a career in my second love. Second love. I need to say the word love because I was telling myself that I love this thing just to get through. So I started doing engineering. I was a junior engineer. First I was a quality control officer on this big project at the wharf. And then from there I landed a position for junior engineer. At the interview they asked me what I'm interested in. I started thinking about it and I told myself that I'm not going to lie about what I really want. And I've thought about all of what I wanted in the past and how I've gotten everything that I've ever desired. And the only way I've gotten it, it was through intention and being honest with myself. So the employer asked me, so what you're interested in? What you do in your spare time and why you choose engineering? I told him that music wasn't, even though it was in my spare time, it's my first love. Engineering is my second love. And they laughed and said, ha 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 ha. You sure music? And I said, yes, music is my first love. Engineering is my second. I said, like, all right, we'll see. I got the job and I started working at the company. And all of this time I thought, hey, yeah, I can do music on the side. And I was doing music on the side. But I quickly realized how demanding the career of engineering is, time consuming. And I was presented with this conflict daily. My performance was dropping. I'm smart and I did well in school and I can do my thing regarding engineering. But my performance was dropping in the work world. And this was because I couldn't get to balance the whole music thing. And my mind was on that while I was at work and all of that. So this was all during my probation period. And I got called to the owner of the company. It's a small engineering firm, so the CEO or whatever called me and wanted to have a talk about my drive and my commitment to engineering. I told him that I can't throw away music, right? And he was like, ha 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 ha. Engineering is very demanding, sir, and it will pay you. You just have to put in the work. Well, for music, I'm not so certain, right? He was trying to convince me to choose engineering because I have the skill set to perform well in engineering, but my mind wasn't in engineering whatsoever. So it came to a point where he was like, enough is enough. You need to address this conflict, Mr. Henry. What do you want to do? You can't serve two masters. And I was like, yeah, you're right. During my time working with them, I broke down numerous times because of my inability to pursue music or do music. And I started questioning everything, and at that point in time in the office, I looked at him and I said that I still want to do music. And he was saying that, Mr. Henry, yeah man, I know you love music, but you have to consider what pays the bills. And I was like, bills? Bills? I'm in a business about bills. I don't care about bills, brother. In my mind, I can't define my life by bills. No. This does not feel right. This feel like you're being sanctioned into slavery. Thank God I didn't have student loan. Not because I was rich, but because of scholarship and working and paying my school fee and credit union loan here and there. And I started thinking about what can I do? And he was there talking and I wasn't really listening because I didn't want engineering. I was thinking about making a bold move right now. And then I started thinking about the situation that I'm in right now. I rent in this place. It's close to a main road. I don't have student loan. I don't have much debt. You know how much time I could have buy a PlayStation 3? And because I never buy a PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 at the time, I have my mic, I have my studio monitor, I have my computer, I have all of these gears to create music. I'm going to do music, right? And I was like, wait, how you going to do music? I'm going to turn my place and I want studio and do music. I was thinking about all of this in my mind when I was talking about engineering and how profitable it is and how esteemed the profession of engineering is. And as he said, you have to confront the conflict, Mr. Henry. You can't serve two masters. And I'm like, you're right. You're right. I think I'm not going to continue working here. And he's like, you're sure? And I was like, yes, I'm sure. I gave him my keys, I gave him my pass, I gave him everything, and I just walked off the job. And then I was really scared. I was trembling. I was like, what? I don't have no money. How am I going to pay my rent? All of this. Like, I started worrying about the rent part and the necessities after. But some part of me was happy with the idea that I stood up for myself and I chose what I wanted. I did what I wanted from a long time ago, despite people not recognizing it or caring much, or thinking that, oh, a waste man think that music. I neglected all of that and I decided to do what I wanted to do. And I felt free. I felt that I'm in control. I felt that I am the one. I am my own boss. I felt that it was the best decision in my life. Best decision. And I'm here right now. I'm thinking about all the things that I've done through wanting music. And then it started to teach me the whole concept of wanting. Wanting isn't something you say, oh, I want this. It's an active process of doing things to achieve whatever you want. And then I started applying that throughout my whole journey right now. And one thing I can say, I'm happy. I'm content with everything I've done regarding music and my decisions and what I'm doing right here today.
Which is?
Music. it was a situation where the same boss had this visitor from somewhere, from Trinidad, and she was into music. A co-worker at the firm told her about me and me doing music. And surprisingly enough, the same boss brought her right here at my studio. And he was like, "Oh, I finally find you. How you doing?" And I was like, I'm doing well. And it kind of felt good that the whole thing came right back around. And it reinforced the whole idea of you standing up for yourself and doing exactly what you want to do. Especially if it's something good and something that you love. And you're not harming anybody. Right? So small things like this, it remind me of how important inner peace and happiness is, and the whole concept of opportunity. I remember someone mentioned to me that the window of opportunity is never wide open and seldom ajar, right? So you have to look out, and when you see that tiny crack, you have to jump at it and burst it open and jump through. And that man coming to me that day and, "Oh, you have to choose. I'm grateful for that. I'm super grateful for that. He held me accountable without probably even knowing. And that was the opportunity to make the right decision. And I'm smiling right now, trust me. Yes. So, in life you have to embrace this and just always remind yourself what you want and look out for things that actually can push you towards that. Because we're living in a world now where we have so much teachers, we have so much doctors, we have so much lawyers, and there's room for more. And we have a surplus of them, but what we don't have is young people with courage to do what they want to do. Right? And I feel proud. I feel proud to make that step. So right now, I'm fully engulfed in music, right? This is my home and my workplace. So we play one money, right? To sustain all of this. So I record people. I record myself because I'm an artist same way. Mix and master music. I compose music for people. I have a YouTube channel. I started a YouTube channel. I sell instrumentals. I produce songs. I write songs. I do everything regarding music, and I plan to do so much more. And bear in mind, when I was working in engineering, I was working like sometimes 7 days a week, all kind of hours, and I felt tired, I felt miserable. And I'm doing music now, and I'm working 7 days a week, and I'm working long hours, and I have to be, no, go sleep now. I think you should sleep. Yeah, I recommend that you go and sleep now, sir. And I'm like, no, I don't want to sleep. And it feels good, trust me. So just do what you want to do. And you're not going to hate yourself for it. You're going to love yourself for it. You're going to feel so much better than the people doing things that they are not doing, that they don't want to do. And you have to give thanks to them same way, because them doing what they don't want to do allow you to do what you want to do. So, yeah, man. Yeah, so music is my life, and I made it my life. This is King Shaladan, aka Z King, and this story is how I found out my first love has always been my only love. Bless. just done it, so. Mama want me be an engineer. The only things I want to engineer are the songs them fit.
Hi, I'm Felicia, and God didn't want me to have children.